Viewer discretion is advised.
If you're feeling like a pimp, niggas gon' pimp.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Awesome sauce. And we're ready to testify. This is Awesome Sauce Radio, live in living color here on Comic Crusaders. You can catch the replay on Demon Seed Radio on Sunday night, 4 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Whoops, I fucked that up. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. Sorry about that. www.demonseedradio.com, www.comiccrusaders.com. Love you all. Hope you're all having an amazing 420. I hope you're all being safe. If you're high or getting high, you're home. You're not driving. You have mad munchies. Today we have an amazing guest who I don't think is here yet. Hang on.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm here.
So today on the Awesome Sauce Radio, we have an amazing guest. She is a dominatrix. She's awesome. She's talented. The lovely and talented Siren St. Sin. Hey, Siren, how are you?
I'm good, Adam. How are you?
Good. How's your day been going?
So far, so good. How about yours?
Mine's been going great. So how did you get started in the industry?
I started online and in public dungeon and private play parties when I was young, and it kind of just went from there. I was trained for 3 years in a dungeon in Denver with a Dom. Trained as a professional Dom and also trained as a sub. I worked in fetish shows and local play parties and stuff like that, and just kind of grew from there. I've been in the lifestyle for over 25 years.
That's awesome. How has the last year affected your business?
It's forced me to be quite creative in how I do things. It wasn't as much of a hit for me as it was for other people because I've been through things like this before in my own personal life. So I made sure I set up my business that could survive hard impacts like this. So honestly, I did really well. It hasn't affected me other than no conventions and obviously no working with others at this time. But honestly, it hasn't been too bad.
That is great. Give me 1 second as my... sorry about that. My screen locked. Great. Give me a second.
Yeah, okay.
So what advice would you give to someone just starting out?
Starting out in
either being a Dom or
a pro Dom.
Yeah.
Which one?
Just being like a Ivor.
In BDSM?
Yes.
Find a local community. See what you can find locally. Start developing friendships. Go to as many play parties as you can. Find a local dungeon if there is one. If not, search out some professional DOMs online and pay for consultations. Really just try to find a community online or in person that would help guide you in the direction you want to go. Lots and lots of books out there. It's not anywhere like it was back when I started, where it was very much underground. There's so many resources out there now, books and websites and blog posts and podcasts and educators on every social media platform possible that you can get lots of information. But the main thing is communicate your needs, understand your own personal needs and wants and desires intimately, get comfortable with it, and then start communicating that with your partners. And that's the best way to get started.
That's awesome. Let's see. I want to get your thoughts on the whole MasterCard Pornhub thing.
It's banks. It's always been the banks. It's always been the banks. Like, we are at the whim of the banks. And what propaganda is going out there and what people are going to believe and not believe between adult entertainment and sex trafficking, between, the prawns and what people feel is morally reprehensible and what's not. It's just another thing that we all have to deal with. I mean, getting upset about it isn't going to change it. Going out there and complaining about it isn't going to change it. They are a monopoly and there's not much we can do about it. So we go about and we figure out new ways to grow and adapt.
That makes sense. It feels like lately I read XBiz, I just see, either another, proposed ban or Congress wanting to do this. So it's interesting times we're in right now.
I don't think it's any more interesting than any other time. There's been a war on adult entertainment for forever. Yeah. And it's not going to stop, because there's people that feel like it shouldn't be there. And there's people who feel freedom of expression is important, and we're adults, not children. And there needs to be a separation of that. But I don't think this is anything new. I think this is new for those who haven't had to deal with a lot of the things that affect them. And it's now starting to affect consumers as well as creators. We are being punished for the illegal acts of reprehensible people. And we're taking the downfall now. This affects customers. So now customers are feeling it, where customers didn't have to before. They could still access things and it didn't matter what happened to us. But now that this MasterCard thing, it affects a lot of consumers, and now they're getting upset. And honestly, maybe that's what needs to happen. Maybe the consumers need to get upset so they can start standing up for the creators and their rights to do things, because they were too silent during Sesta Fosta. They were too quiet during the porn trafficking, or the Pornhub trafficking thing. Consumers were too quiet during everything that affects us, and now that it is affecting them, now they want to be loud about it.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on the whole Utah thing?
I don't know anything about the Utah thing.
Yeah, just basically they proposed a statewide ban on adult entertainment.
I don't live in Utah, so that doesn't really affect me at all.
No, I hear you.
If my content can't get to people in Utah, then it's pretty much the same as any country that I block from accessing my stuff. I don't know. It's Utah.
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, it's Utah. There's not much we're going to do about that, or anything that's going to change. I mean, it's Mormon country. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I just find it weird that it's okay to have more than one wife, but porn is bad.
I think both are okay.
Yeah, same here. I just, some irony there, I think. What advice would you give to couples who want to experience their first threesome?
To experience their first threesome?
Yes.
Make sure it's somebody you both like. Make sure you set boundaries with everybody on what's acceptable and what's not. Understand that there is still going to be jealousy, but it's in how you communicate through that jealousy and what's going on. Protect yourselves. Get tested. Make sure everybody's safe.
Very cool.
I'm not much on the vanilla world, so like this is what I would give as a sexologist on the education on what I would suggest to a client coming to me is this is not for me because this is not really my wheelhouse on that. I'm a BDSM and alternative lifestyle educator. But basically just communicate and make sure it's not just a female male. Make sure that everybody involved, is on the understanding that male, male, female can happen too. Male, 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 female, female, female. It doesn't really matter as long as we understand that it's not cis het normative, and we have communication, safe testing, safe practices, and make sure we're healthy mentally with all of it as well.
Okay. That is really sound advice. So are you still starting to pursue the thing of becoming a life coach?
I am. I just started started taking my classes for life coach certification. So I will be a certified sexologist, a certified loveologist, and a certified life coach. So I can reach my dream of being the official kinky life coach.
That's awesome. When you say life coach, what does that actually entail?
What I'll be focusing on is for service submissives and submissives that want to serve, to explore aspects of themselves to make a better life, whether it's through starting a new business, whether it's expanding their career as it is, it's eating healthier, having a better mindset, developing self-love, and things like that. And they will be able to experience that through service with me, but also my goal to bring that positivity and motivation and inspiration as mommy dom to social media and other people who may need it.
All right, just in case any of my audience doesn't understand, can you explain what a mommy dom is?
A mommy dom is kind of a softer dom, but let's not get it twisted. I'm still very, very sadistic. I consider myself a sensual sadistic dom, but I also have that caring, giving, affirmation, praise aspect about me that a lot of people really like. And since I am of the age of MILF, and I am a mother myself, some people tend to take that and enjoy the softer, more encouraging, motherly-ish kind of thing when it comes to domination.
That is very fascinating. Let's see. Can you explain to my audience what financial domination is and how it works?
What is?
Financial domination.
Financial domination is the kink of literally financially dominating a financial submissive, where the submissive has a kink for handing over their money or giving it to doms to have a more luxurious and carefree lifestyle on their dime. A lot of this stems from those who find that they don't normally attract the pretty woman, but what they do have is money, and that is an enticing thing for a lot of dominants to want to go into financial domination. But that there is an understanding that there is equal consent in this, and that it is a true fetish. It is not something for a get-rich-quick scheme. It's definitely not out here just to treat the subs like dirt and get their money, unless that is consensual in it. A lot of people will take financial domination and turn it into something it's not, and it's a legitimate kink where people, in fetish, where people get off on having them being quote unquote financially ruined.
Oh wow, that is extremely interesting. I'm just starting to get into the world of the whole dom sub thing, so I'm learning a lot tonight. If you could fuck a superhero, who would it be and why?
If I could be a superhero?
Yeah.
I would probably be Zatanna. Her
Nice.
voice. Her power's in her voice.
That's awesome. Now, if you could suck a superhero, who would you suck and why?
None. I'm asexual.
Okay.
So yeah, no.
Okay.
I would probably have a black cat as my submissive, though.
Awesome sauce.
I wouldn't want to fuck her, but like, I'd like to do a lot of things to her.
Excellent. You know, so, just wait 1 second. Yes, because I want something to work, it's not working. You know, what have you been doing to keep yourself busy outside of work for, for the last year?
That what?
So what have you been doing to keep yourself occupied besides, content creating for the last year during the whole pandemic?
Work. Literally, work.
Nice.
I'm not a very exciting person outside of that. I work.
Yeah, did you get that room you were painting yet?
Did I get the what?
Yeah, I thought I saw on Twitter, I saw that you were getting one of your rooms painted.
No, not me, baby.
All right, I must
No,
have.
that wasn't me.
Maybe I've had way too many people on Twitter. I probably got confused.
Could be. But no, I didn't have a room I needed to paint. I mean, I got into my studio, but, no painting or anything. I literally only work for the most part.
What is your favorite fetish and or thing of dominatrix to perform?
See, I don't really have one particular thing that I like to do more than another. What I enjoy is helping submissives explore themselves. I know that sounds kind of trite, but really it's not. As a dom, I know it's supposed to be about me, but it's really not about me. My job is as a facilitator to help people explore themselves and aspects of kinks and fetishes that they normally hide in shame or can't share with their partners, or just feel like they need somebody safe that doesn't have a risk of, bringing drama to their life or anything else like that. So, I mean, I do enjoy I am a sadist, so I enjoy impact play. Masochists are a big draw for me. But really, there are just so many things there's thousands of kinks and fetishes out there. And a lot of them, I'll do. I think it's easier to say what I won't do than what I will do, because
so what won't you do?
I don't do age play and I don't do brats. Bathroom games are not for me. Anything generally home wrecking fantasies, it just depends on what the fantasy is and how that goes, but no age play, no mommy dom LG. That's just not so much for me. So no mommy dom littles, no brats, no bathroom games. In talks, it just depends on what it is, but I don't like anything that is self-destructive behavior masked as a kink.
Mm-hmm. All right, that sounds reasonable.
I know everybody wants me to say some crazy wild things like, oh, I really like pegging, but a very specific thing. But I have such an expansive history and experience, I can't just say one.
All right, cool. All right, you mentioned pegging. What advice would you give to someone interested in being pegged for the first time?
Clean out. You have to watch what you eat for about 24 hours, and you have to make sure for a couple of hours beforehand you really clean out. Otherwise, it's going to be a very messy experience.
Yeah, I'm taking notes. So watch what I eat for 24 hours.
I mean, you really gotta like you're not really eating much for 24 hours beforehand.
Okay.
And you gotta clean out.
All right, clean out. Okie doke. Clean out. Possibly fast for 24 hours.
Yep.
All
Do you
right.
want anything up in there? We're talking about a messy situation if you don't.
You see, you just put a horrible image in a blind person's mind.
That's my
The
job.
visual I'm getting is like, no, thank you.
Well, I mean, it is the body, and this is a reality of it. I mean, you can't just go up and, you know, it's a lot more than that. Like, unless that's your thing, but be prepared because, you know, the body wasn't exactly made for that.
I hear that.
Or it wasn't intended for that, I suppose I should say.
That is cool.
But if that's what you're going to do your first time, relax.
I'm working on a scene I want to film that involves it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I want to be pegged for the first time on camera.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. Once again, just give me 1 sec. So I had a cheat sheet. The G sheet doesn't want to work.
Space. Escape. Add. Space.
David Howard asked a question. Would you like me to answer it?
What's that?
David Howard asked a question. Would you like me to
Yeah.
answer?
What does David want to know?
David Howard said, what would you call it if a guy wants his wife to dress up as Morticia Addams and then use him hard?
Siren?
And he said, Blind Adam looking like Raggedy Andy. LOL. I would say that the guy has a wild imagination and should probably talk to his wife about that. Never know what cool, fun things you might come up with.
Interesting. Hey, David, let me know how that works out for you, bro. Do you think we'll get conventions back by the end of the year?
I can, yeah. Yeah.
You think we'll have Exoticals back?
So the big ones, probably not. But smaller ones, yeah.
Like I said,
Nor should we have them open. We should not have big conventions yet. It's not safe enough.
yeah, I agree on that.
Hold on a second. Let me turn off or close my door. Hold on.
Okay.
Space. Escape. Add.
Sorry, it's getting loud with everybody in their motorcycles. So
Yeah, I hear that. My computer's set up right by the window. I normally get it too.
yeah, so I don't think we should have conventions this year. There's no need for it. There really isn't. It's nice for everybody to get together, but not if it's going to be a cesspool of just, you know, spreading more COVID.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Like I said, I at times at cabin fever.
9:25 p.m. 6 notifications. 9:20 Tuesday, April 20th. Twitter. Now. Stacy/UCBM 2021 team. Nemesis. David Howard. Out. Ellipsis. You in the chair. Click on. Button. YouTube. 10 minutes ago. Twitter. Group. Stacy/UCBM.
Okay, no worry. I'm getting interrupted by a Twitter notification.
Twitter. CPM 2000. Tuesday, April 20th.
All right. Yes, Captain Mega is in the chair, David. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I just kind of also miss Exotica.
You miss Exotica?
Yeah. So I'm hoping.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be attending any of those conventions again. We'll see, because I just don't know if that's my wheelhouse anymore, unless it's like the dungeon.
Yeah, no. Like I said, especially since that's where we first met. So, you know.
Yeah. I was on a very different track back then.
Yeah. Like I said, I thank you because I.
6 p.m. Non-notification. 9:20 Tuesday, April 20th. Twitter. Group. Tuesday, April 20th. Twitter. Group. Now. CC/UCPN. Tuesday, April 20th.
All right. I thought that was my producer, but it's not. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So, what would you recommend for someone who wants to become a client or wants to be served or serve you for a first time experience?
Well, what they would need to do is I suggest that they research me first. Follow my social media, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Look at my content. Read my website. See if what I offer is something that they would be interested in. And if they are, then follow the application steps on my website. See if they impress me. If they do, I'll contact them back. If their application just doesn't interest me or their messages just seem lackluster and ordinary, then I don't respond.
Ah, cool. Fair enough. Any advice for entering a dungeon for the first time?
Follow all dungeon rules. Every dungeon is different. Every dungeon has different rules and stuff like that. So be very, very mindful of what their rules are. Don't walk in there cocky. Keep your mouth shut. Listen, learn. Don't do anything you shouldn't do, because you just might step on some toes and you would never be invited back. But basically just follow the rules, follow protocols, watch and observe.
Ah, cool. What is the BDSM Dom sub scene like in Texas?
Texas is a huge state, so I wouldn't be able to answer for all of Texas. Unfortunately, I don't know very much about that. Mm-hmm. My world is online. I don't stick with one community, local or otherwise. I find that extremely, extremely limiting on what your knowledge is going to be, what the people you're going to reach, the experiences you'll have. So I'm more out there in a much, much wider thing than I am in any kind of local community. I don't like that kind of stuff of just locals. I find that to be mostly for lifestylers who are looking for community to be just with themselves, and more, I'm an educator. So for me as an educator and a professional dom, I need to have a much wider audience. So honestly, I just cannot speak about what any kind of local community is like or anything else like that.
Okay. Where do you see the industry going in the next 2 to 5 years?
Pretty much exactly where it's at. BDSM doesn't change that much. I mean, it's pretty open and expansive as it is. I mean, more and more people are becoming open about it. So I don't really see much of the industry of going one way or another. I think a lot of people are going to be adapting and adopting to more virtual. But there is something that's just going to hold true about dungeons and stuff like that forever. It's nostalgic. There's something tangible when you're in a dungeon and you're doing it in person. So the industry itself, when it comes to kink or BDSM, I do hope that there are more of the cam models and stuff like that that decide to respect kinks and fetishes more than what they do right now, instead of just doing it to earn a buck, that they grow into understanding that there's great psychological implications of playing in this safely. And if they don't do it right, they could really be damaging somebody or hurting their self-esteem. So Not that I see that that's actually going to happen, but I do hope that more people take BDSM and kink seriously in the virtual realm.
Oh, wow.
Space.
Ergonomic.
Lock on. Bob. Escape.
Okay, hit the escape button. Maybe that will work.
Space. Space. Skip space. Tab. Escape.
Where can my audience find you online?
Just search my name.
Ergonomic.
Just search Siren Saint Sin.
Cool.
Pretty easy to find.
Cool. What advice would you give to anyone in my audience who's still struggling due to the pandemic? You know, maybe feeling a little alone, a little isolated.
Get outside. Get outside. Go for a walk. Talk to your friends via Skype. There's ways to connect with people instead of thinking that you're only in your own little bubble and stuff like that. Try to be as active and healthy as you can be. This is a struggle for everybody. I haven't struggled as much just because this is pretty much my lifestyle. I'm pretty much a hermit as it is anyway. And I've had other things in my life that have forced me to isolate or to focus on business at home or make things work when I lose my job and stuff like that. So for me, it's not nearly as hard, but I understand that this is really, really hard for a lot of people. So also, if you're really, really struggling, look for telehealth mental services, because those are a lifeline to help you get through, and that tough times don't last. It will come around again, and you will be able to make this out of it. You just got to push through.
Yeah, if anyone needs help, you can always Google good friend of the show's Pineapple Support. They're awesome and amazing.
Pineapple Support, though, is only for sex workers.
Yeah, no.
So
Yeah, they also really help.
They're not going to be able to help you.
Yeah. Anyone else? Just Google.
Just telehealth services. There's a state. Individual states offer telehealth help, and others. So it would really just see if your insurance, if you have insurance, see what they cover. If you don't have insurance, see what free or low cost services there are. There's lots of them out there.
All right, cool. And like Siren was saying, everything passes.
Mm-hmm.
This does get better. And
maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow,
but eventually.
It will.
Do you enjoy pizza?
I'm sorry?
Do you enjoy pizza?
I do like pizza.
What's your favorite topping?
Cheese.
Awesomesauce.
Cheese pizza.
All right, cool. You were the first person on the history of the show that actually just said cheese.
I mean, I like toppings, but nothing beats a good cheese pizza.
Yeah, definitely. Any advice, to any of my couples in the audience who want to try something different to spice up their lives?
Depends on what they want to do to spice up their lives. I mean, I general questions like that are very, very hard for me to answer because I get very much into the details of individuals. It's very hard for me to give any kind of general advice when there are billions of people in this world and every relationship is its own interesting and unique dynamic on what they consider kinky, fun, or spicy. To some people, adding in food as an aphrodisiac in play is really spicy. For other people, that's just a normal day that ends in Y. So it's really hard for me to give a general advice. But honestly, the only thing I can do in a general sense is Communicate. Talk to your partner about what you're interested in. Talk to your partner about what it is you would like to try. And if you are too afraid to talk to your partner, then maybe you might want to be asking yourself, why are you afraid to talk to the person you've committed to?
That makes perfect sense. Okay. Any advice for using toys for the first time?
To using toys for the first time?
Yeah.
Again, that's a general question. It depends on what the toy is, what you're doing, and how you're using it.
Using a dildo for the first time.
It's no different than any other thing that you've used before. If you've used penetration, it's just something that's going to penetrate you. Usually people like it more for visuals, sensation. A lot of people can use those as a makeshift three-way or filling. It just really depends on what it is. But I would say try to find out what it is that you are trying to experience. What is the toy that going to bring to you that you are unable to experience with your partner? And that's fine. Maybe you just want to do something that's a little out of the ordinary, like, oh my gosh, we're using a dildo. We were going to do some double penetration, or maybe you're going to pretend like you're having a cock holding session or something like that. Try to have fun with it.
Okay.
7 p.m. 10 notifications.
Uh,
8 p.m.
and like I said, please excuse the distraction.
Space.
You need to turn off your notifications, Adam.
What's that?
You need to turn off your notifications.
And yeah, that's true. Or I just need to plug in headbuds for the next episode. That may actually, help with that. You outside of the Diamond sub work, do you have any future projects coming up?
No, not really. Just continuing to grow my business as it is right now. Nothing super big planned or in the works. I'm coasting much of this year and really just getting my life coach certification and start really working on the goals that I ultimately have of being that kinky life coach for people. And see, I've done a lot of work in the past 6 years, getting to the point of where I'm at, and I'm ready for business to kind of coast for a little while.
That's awesome. As a future life coach, any advice on going after your dreams?
Yes. Do it. Do it. You have one life. You have absolutely one life. If it seems like a really, really big step and you're not sure how to do it, that's fine. All big steps need little steps to get to the top. So start breaking it down. What do you need to do? What is your big goal? Now break it down by what is it you need to do every year? What do you need to accomplish every year to get to that? Then break that down. What do you need to do every month? And then break that down. What do you need to do every day? Every little step, every little bit adds in to bigger and bigger and bigger. The biggest thing is don't think about just the big goal. Break it down into smaller, more achievable goals and see where that takes you.
Thank you. I actually got something out of that. Thank you very much.
Good.
I've been, and I'm in the process of making a couple life decisions. And there's times when I just get overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
So that just really, really super helped me out.
Yeah, you're going to get overwhelmed. It's not easy. It's not easy at all, and you're going to continue to get overwhelmed. But if you're comparing yourself to those who've made it, remember that they have failed more times than you have tried. So just keep trying.
Awesome sauce. I want to thank you for being a guest. I want to thank you for the friendship and support over the last couple of years.
You're welcome.
And, glad to have you on again sometime in the future. And once again, where can my audience find you online?
Just Google me. You can get it at sirensaintsin.com or just Google. On all social media, it's Siren Saint Sin. So you don't have to worry about that. Just type in the name and then you can find everything. The only one that's a little different is Instagram. Pardon me, I don't mean to yawn. I'm sorry. Instagram is Siren Saint Sin Official because it's my third account because Instagram had taken away my original account.
Yeah, Instagram's been a real pain in the ass lately.
It's understandable. I for my day jobs and stuff. Well, I don't say day job, but as my outside of adult entertainment life, I work in social media marketing. So I have quite a few clients that I'm a contract for, and so social media marketing is my thing. So I understand why they do it. So I don't get mad. I just work within the confines of what they have.
Oh yeah, I guess I learned as long as
everybody needs to see booty every time they open up a social media app. There's a time and there's a place for adult entertainers to be marketing and promoting themselves. And I truly think that a lot of that, like sometimes we just don't need to be on certain things. Or if you are, there's a way to make it where it's not like so in your face and you can still run your business well. You don't have to be putting it all out there all the time.
Oh, wow. That is that's fascinating. So, balance is the way then.
I think so.
All right. Well, awesome. Continue to stay safe, and, you have yourself an awesome, amazing night, and thank you again for everything.
You're welcome, and you have a good day.
Same to you. Well, everyone, that is Siren Saint Sin. Please Google her. She is awesome and amazing. I apologize for any of the distractions. I apologize for sounding like mushmouth on crack during some of the interview because, sometimes you just want to take a baseball bat to your computer for it not doing its freaking job. It sucks. It sucks. I want to wish everyone a happy 420. I really, really hope that you guys are all getting high safely. And you're enjoying some mad munchies. Yeah. I'd like to ask you guys to please check out Comic Crusaders, all the articles, all the podcasts. www.comiccrusaders.com. There should be a new Pimp in the Long Box up there soon. So show Comic Crusaders some love. Also, please check out Demon Seed Radio, www.demonseedradio.com. The replay of this episode should be on either this or next Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific.
9:45 p.m. 12 notifications. 9:45 p.m. Tuesday. Twitter. Group. Comic Crusaders trademark sign. eBay. And so. Watched up. Instagram. Group. 6 minutes. Twitter. Group. 18 minutes ago. Instagram. Twitter. Group. Now. Comic Crusaders trademark sign. Just say out now. 3 more notifications. Clear all. eBay. Now. And soon. Watch Tiger ends in Tuesday, April 20th. 9:45 p.m.
I thank you all. I love you all. Peace. 420. Have a great week. Remember, you don't need set to have a vision. It's not what happens, it's what you do about it. Keep your pimp hand strong. Be paid, laid, and made. and blind out them out.
Thank you. We hope you've enjoyed this Comic Crusaders production. For real-time news on all things pop culture, please feel free to follow us on social media. For articles, original content, merchandise, and more, please go to www.comiccrusaders.com. Also follow along with all of the websites of the Comic Crusaders family. As always, if you like this content, please click like and subscribe to the Comic Crusaders YouTube channel.